Hi there, I'm Tiffany Rodius from the Guyana Revenue Authority. This week, we focus on why the GRA is working with reporting entities to strengthen compliance with the Anti Money Laundering, Countering the Financing of Terrorism legislation, and how to apply for a car dealership license. Focus on GRA begins now.
We want the best facilities that this country could ever see, the best infrastructure and public utility, the best education for children in this country, the best health services and public security. But if we want to see such development in every community, then we must be fair and pay we full share of taxes and duty. Want proper bridges and coca, pay your tax. Better roads and safer, pay your tax. Better electric power, pay your tax. Clear potable water, pay your tax. Better schools and teacher, pay your tax. Better nurses and doctor, pay your tax. Better police and soldier, pay your tax. For a better Guyana, pay your tax.
Drivers need to renew your motor vehicle license? Skip the lines and save time by using the GRA's License Revenue Office drive-through facility, located at the GRA's parking lot, Camp and Lamaha Streets. Simply present your expired motor vehicle license and a copy of your motor vehicle registration at the front window, pay and uplift at the second window, and drive on your way. It's that easy. The LRO opens Monday to Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Fridays up to 2:30 p.m. GRA, your partner in development. Welcome to Focus on GRA, a program of information for taxpayer education. The Guyana Revenue Authority is strengthening its partnership with reporting entities as part of efforts to ensure greater compliance with the Anti Money Laundering and the Countering of Financing Terrorism legislation. Fabian Klaus tells us more.
In September, the authority engaged used auto dealers as part of efforts to build greater understanding of their roles and responsibilities as a reporting entity. The opening session of the workshop was addressed by Commissioner General Mr. Godfrey Stacia.
My basic reason for being here is to make you understand the importance of we having to comply, of we having to work together to get this thing right. It is not only for your benefit or our benefit, it is for the country's benefit.
Under the Anti Money Laundering and Countering of Terrorism Act of 2009, new and used auto dealers are classified as reporting entities. Their responsibilities include keeping various records in relation to business transactions. The GRA, on the other hand, has been designated the supervisory authority with compliance oversight over these reporting entities.
What we are here to do is to point you in the right direction, how to get it right.
Meanwhile, Assistant Commissioner of Inland Revenue, Intelligence and Risk Management, Navindradat Prashad, reminded the gathering that the enhanced security of various local economic sectors is a direct result of efforts by the International Financial Action Task Force, FATF, to combat money laundering.
Where it started worldwide is the World Action Task Force, which is not CFATF, but FATF itself, the Financial Action Task Force, all right, which was formed predominantly as the worldwide watchdog, all right, for AML CFT. And then, obviously, our Caribbean people like our version of things. So we had an executive director and still have, and an agency that is tasked with the legal wherewithal and the legal caveat to look at the Caribbean arm of the task force. And hence the word C was added to FATF.
Mr. Prashad impressed upon auto dealers the importance of compliance, failure of which could risk the reputation of their business operations and the country running the risk of being blacklisted by the FATF watchdog. However, he assured the reporting entities that the GRA is committed to making compliance as easy as possible.
You have the unwavering and full-fledged commitment of the GRA, the Commissioner General, the Minister to start with, the government of the day to start with, the Ministry, Commissioner General, myself, and team, the full-fledged unwavering support to get you through the process of compliance.
Under the AML CFT Act, the GRA has supervisory authority over 3 reporting entities: used auto dealers, realtors, and pawnbrokers. The authority plans to have similar engagements with other reporting entities.
Auto dealers are considered a reporting entity under the AML CFT Act of 2009. Apart from their obligations to the Act, auto dealers must ensure they are properly licensed to sell motor vehicles. Here is how to apply for an auto dealer license.
An individual applying for a dealer's general license must submit a written request to the Senior Manager, License Revenue Office, located at 200-201 Camp Street, South Comminsburg, and must complete an application form which must include the following information: type of vehicles, the number of motor vehicles that will be imported annually, tax identification number, the number of trade plates the applicant is desirous of having, whether the business will be a sole trader, partnership, or a company. Once issued with the dealer's general license, the applicant will be allowed to use not more than 4 trade plates. They will also be required to submit their tax returns in keeping with Section 60 of the Income Tax Act, Chapter 8101, and pay quarterly advance tax. The due date for the payment of quarterly advance tax by an individual is April 1st, July 1st, October 1st, and December 31st, while for a company, it is March 15, June 15, September 15, and December 15. The annual fee for a dealer's general license is $150,000, while each trade plate costs $15,000. The license is valid for 1 calendar year, commencing 1st of January and ending 31st of December.
Need to apply for a taxpayer identification number or TIN from the GRA? Here is what you'll need: ID, passport or affidavit of identity, and proof of address. This can be a utility or internet bill, renter's receipt, or a mail bearing GPO's official stamp. Provide the original and copy of these along with the completed application form. It costs $1,000 for a new TIN and $2,000 to reprint a lost or damaged TIN. GRA, your partner in development. It takes 3 simple steps to apply for tender compliance. Complete the application form, attach updated business registration, and launch the application. Easy, right? You will get your tender compliance within 2 to 3 working days. This compliance costs $2,500. For a successful application, you must ensure you have submitted tax returns for the past 8 years and pay all outstanding taxes owed to the GRA. GRA, your partner in development. If you are someone whose business is to help people buy and sell houses, you are required to have a license. Ms. Yonola Ned tells us what this license is and who is required to obtain it.
In accordance with the Tax Act, Chapter 801, Section 29, every person other than an auctioneer who acts as or carries on the business of a house agent or commission agent for the sale of house, tenements, or immovable property is required to take out a license annually from the GRA, commonly referred to as a real estate license.
An individual applying for a house agent or real estate license must submit the necessary documents to the GRA before the license is processed. Ms. Ned outlines the documents that must be submitted.
The requirements to obtain a house agent or real estate license are as follows: a completed application form for house agent license, your updated business registration, or in the case of a company, the Companies Act or the Articles of Incorporation, a valid form of identification, which can be your passport, national ID, or your plastic driver's license. A copy of the title or transport for the property in which the business will be operated out of, or an affidavit of consent if you're not the owner. In the case where the property is being rented, the tenancy agreement.
Once these documents are submitted to the License Revenue Division for processing, the applicant will be required to pay a fee of $32,500. This fee is due annually, and the house agent's license is valid for 1 year and expires on December 31. However, if you apply for your license during the year, then it will only be valid for the remainder of the year until December 31. Notwithstanding this, before the license is issued, the applicant must be compliant. That is, they must submit all income tax returns and pay all outstanding taxes or make arrangements with our Debt Management Division to pay same. Additionally, they will also need to pay quarterly advance tax on or before April 1, July 1, October 1, and December 31 of each year if self-employed. It is also vital that a real estate agent maintain proper records and accounts. Record keeping is considered one of the most vital management tools a business could possess, and therefore it should be given due importance. Maintaining accounts and records allows a business owner to determine whether they are making a profit or a loss. While the business maintains records to monitor and record its normal business activities, it is also necessary because of obligations under the taxation laws. Section 65 of the Income Tax Act specifies that every person carrying on a business, trade, profession, or vocation shall keep accounts and records of his or her income and expenditure. Therefore, a real estate agent is required by law to keep records and accounts for their business. These records must be kept for at least 8 years after the completion of the transactions. Records serve to assist an individual issued with a house agent license to prepare their financial statements quickly and accurately and calculate how much taxes should be paid. The GRA wishes to remind the general public that it is an offense to operate as a real estate agent without being the holder of a license. Ms. Ned offers some advice to individuals who are yet to apply for their license.
For persons operating without a license, I would advise that they desist from operating without such license and to make every effort to comply with the law and come into the GRA and apply for your license.
And that is all for this week's Focus on GRA. To find out more about the anti-money laundering legislation, you can visit our website, gra.gov.gy. You can also send us your inquiries via email, grapublicrelations@gmail.com or taxadvisory@gra.gov.gy. And follow us on our social media pages for up-to-date tax-related information. Thank you for watching. I'm Tiffany Rodriguez. Until next time.